is an audiobook of Interchange English, Grammar and Composition of Class 9. Chapter 28, page number 273, News Stories and Reports. Read the following news reports and observe its parts. Three die in bus accident. Headline. The headline is the title of the article, which is made up of 10 words or less. This title has two purposes: to introduce the topic of the article and to capture the reader's interest, usually through controversial wording. Bharatpur, August 25, in the bracket KP. Byline. The byline includes the article's author name and sometimes that person's occupation. A bus going to Kathmandu from Narayangarh met an accident at Ramnagar near Devghat, pushing the death toll to 3, the official reported here today. Summary lead. The summary lead consists of first paragraph, the 1 to 2 sentences consisting of less than 30 words that begin an article. The content of this paragraph consists of a 5 WH, who, what, where, when, why and how of the article. The ill-fated bus registered as Ba Kha 4512 left for Kathmandu at 4 p.m. carrying 16 passengers. After a few hours drive, the brake failed at Devghat and the bus met a fatal accident. The bus hit a big pole and somersaulted with a huge crash. 3 passengers died on the spot while 12 have been injured. They have been admitted to the hospital. According to the reporter, 5 people who were seriously injured have been sent to Kathmandu for treatment. Arjun Singh, one of the passengers, said the accident occurred because the driver was drunk. The driver and the Khalasi have been kept in police custody for legal investigation. Police are studying the case. Fact-based paragraphs. The remainder of the article consists of short paragraphs that expand on the 5 WH mentioned in the summary lead and include quotations from key people involved in or related to the article. The content of these paragraphs is fact-based and organized from most to least important so that the editor can cut the bottom paragraph out if needed. Now study the report again. Look closely for the key features of a newspaper report. The headline catches the reader's attention. The first paragraph gives the main point of the story and answers the question who. The following paragraphs provide answers to the questions what, where, when, why, and how. The paragraphs are short and punchy, giving information in a clear and concise way. There are references to what people said, either using direct speech. Use of inverted commas indicates what Ken Brown actually said, or reported speech use of past tense because the report refers to an event which has already taken place. Use of columns in accordance with newspaper presentation. This has been taken from bbc.co.uk. Tips on writing a news report. If you need If you need to write a news report, you need to concentrate on the 4 important parts of a new story: the news, context, impact, and emotion. The way you combine these 4 elements will determine the success of your news story. Readers need to know the facts and who or what may be affected by them. Related stories and background information make up the context, and the emotional parts of the story show the human side of it. Following are tips on writing a compelling and gripping news report. A. Facts. The facts will answer the who, what, when, where, why, and how of the news event. A writer has a responsibility to make sure his facts are accurate. If you have to write a report before you get all the facts, then say that in the report. B. Style. When writing a news report, use the active voice. The active voice is more understandable and has more impact. Make short, concise sentences with action verbs. Your language needs to be simple and not have extra words that don't really contribute to the focus of the story. For example, the weather or how someone is dressed does not need to be included unless it has a bearing on the overall story. While you are writing, try to anticipate any questions a reader might have while reading your story. Writing a good lead. The lead is the first few sentences of the story. It needs to be strong so it will grab the readers and make them want to read more. If it is a hard news story, which is the breaking news or up to the minute news, then you include as many facts as you can in the summary of the story. If it is a soft news story, which is a human interest story or background information, then you put the facts in the body of the story. Leads need to tell the reader what the story is about and why it is important. The lead tells the reader why he should read the story. It needs to sound like you are having a conversation, that you're telling a friend about the latest news. Some errors that are found in leads include the lead having more than one main idea. When this happens, the reader is unclear as to what the story is about. Some leads are lifeless and need some tension or something that pushes the reader to read on, like dangling a carrot in front of a hungry rabbit. Leads are sometimes dull and predictable. It's good to make the reader smile or be surprised sometimes. Lastly, leads can exclude certain readers if they are full of jargon. Make sure the news report is suitable for everyone to read. Here is one example. Title: 12 student organizations submit memo to PM. Himalayan News Service, Kathmandu, June 5. A delegation of 12 student organizations affiliated to various political parties handed over a memorandum to Prime Minister Madhav Kumar Nepal at his office today. The student organizations urged the PM to adopt diplomatic means to resolve the ongoing controversy on the Nepal-India border. On receiving the memorandum, the Prime Minister made it clear that the government had already made a series of diplomatic efforts to solve the issue. Prime Minister Nepal expressed his commitment to the issues of nationalism. He informed the Foreign Secretary Gyan Chandra Acharya asked Rakesh Sood, the Indian ambassador to Nepal, to discuss on the matter. He also said that a team including border experts and government officials had been deployed at the site. Newspaper reports or stories cover a wide variety of subjects like politics, administration, industry and commerce, sports, science and technology, and many others. News reports require a different style of writing from what is used when writing a story. When writing a news report, picture a triangle, inverted pyramid, like the one shown. This means that the most important news comes first in the story, that is, in the introduction. News items are arranged in descending order of newsworthiness so that the main detail comes first and the minor detail last. The later part of the story contains details which are helpful but not essential. The news story has all of the important information in the opening paragraph. This information includes who, what, when, where, why, and how. It is written this way because most people do not read an entire newspaper article all the way through. So news reporters put the most important information at the beginning. Look at the following model of a news story. Here we have an inverted pyramid where at first here is who and what, which is the main idea or headline. Then who, when, why, what, where, how. These are the important details, lead paragraphs. And at the bottom of the pyramid there is less important details. Title: Pigs' Homes Terrorized. Where? Forest View CP. 2 houses were destroyed Friday when a wolf on a hunger rampage began yelling and attempting to blow down homes. The damaged houses belonging to 2 local swine were constructed from straw and sticks. This first paragraph has have when, why, what, and who. Second paragraph: the witness from the scene reported that the alleged wolf is known in the community as a big bad. The witness overheard Big Bad say, little pig, let me come in and I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." This paragraph consists of how. So far the little pigs have been unavailable for comments. Their whereabouts at press time are still unknown. Cleanup crews have been called in to deal with the mess. These two paragraphs are less important details. Some specific guidelines. The following guidelines would help you write a newspaper report. Headline: This is the part where you tell your readers what your topic is all about. You can use your headlines to draw more attention by making them punchy and very descriptive. Your target readers must have a solid idea about the gist of your content by just looking at your headlines. Byline: This is the part where you include your name as the author of your article. Just beneath this part, you can indicate the date when the article was published. First paragraph. This plays a very vital role while framing a newspaper report. Thus, it must be well written, highly informative, and content-rich. Your readers must find all the important information in this part. You must also be able to answer all the questions that they might have in mind. Succeeding paragraphs. Depending on the data that you have gathered, you can use your succeeding paragraphs to present supporting data and quotes from key people involved in your chosen topics. Additional information. This is optional. If you're writing an article as a follow-up on the news that you have reported in the past, you should give your readers background information. This can help in encouraging better understanding. Some specimen news story. Home Minister transfers 37 SSPs. E-Kantipur Report, Kathmandu, September 15. The Home Ministry on Monday transferred 37 Senior Superintendent of Nepal Police SSPs. According to the transfer decision, Kathmandu Police Chief SSP Ramesh Kharel has been transferred to Police Training Academy in Bharatpur, SSP Sarvendra Khanal to the Secretariat of Inspector General, and SSP Ganesh Kesi, who was taking charge as police spokesperson, has been transferred to Lumbini Zonal Police Office. Likewise, SSP Ramesh Phuyal has been transferred as Chief of Mahakali Zone, Ramesh Neupane to Seti, Bhauga Bahadur Thapa to Karnali, Rajendra Shrestha to Bheri, Gyan Bikram Saha to Kosi, and Ramesh Kumar Pandey to Rapti Zone. Similarly, Suresh Kumar Kesi has been transferred to Janakpur Zone Police Office, Puskar Raj Regmi to Mechi, Subhash Chandra Chaudhary to Dhaulagiri, Manoj Neupane to Naraini, Balram Sarma Paudel to Gandaki, and Pawan Prasad Kharel to Sagarmatha Zone Police Office. Posted on 2014, 9 month and 15 day. Next article. Forum Theatre marks Children's Day. Republica, Kathmandu, September 14. Voice of Children, an organization that has been working with children living, working in the street, staged a play Nai to mark the Children's Day at Banglamukhi Temple, Lalitpur Party Palace, Basantapur Dara Square, and Ratna Park on Sunday. Nai tells the story of a young girl, Tara, who becomes a victim of sexual harassment in her workplace, college, and street. Tara, who has already lost her father and has a very poor economical status, works at a hotel to support her studies. But she is not safe in any of the places as she falls prey to lusty men wherever she goes. They stalk her, abuse her, and one day she gets raped by the fellow student of her own college. She speaks out and the culprit are restricted from the college too. But even after that, she can't live in peace. On her way back home, she finds herself surrounded by the same boys. The play stops right there and the audiences are asked what step Tara has to take now. Most of the audiences advise that Tara should stand up for herself and seek help from police. Directed by Tonka Chaulagai, Nai featured voice of children's Rishi Sodhi, Shyam Tamang, Goma Puri, and Sonia Lagun, among others. Published on 2014-09-15. Show what you know. Number 1. Write a news story using the following clues. Plane crash at Thankot. Flying to Kathmandu from Pokhara, thick cloud hit the TV tower, caught fire, all people died, Compensation to the passengers announced rupees 20,000 each. Number 2. Write a news story using the following clues. A wave in Fewa Lake, a tourist boat upset, 2 of them drowned, 3 swam across, 4 still missing, no information, search is still on. Number 3. Write a news story using the following clues. 3 people in a bus accident injured, Udaipur district carried to Kathmandu, serious. Number 4. Write a news story using the following clues. A person kidnapped in Jhapa, Harichand, 38 years old, sleeping in bed, kidnapped by a gang, rupees 4 lakh ransom, search going on. Number 5. Write a news story using the following clues. Mr. Dinesh BK, lost in the jungle, a student of Bageswari school, rescued by a cowboy, way to his school through the jungle, parents heartily thanked him. Number 6. Write a news story using the following clues. A bus Ga Ek Kha 785 flying from Pokhara hit a student 13 studying in grade 8, spot death, driver ran away, infuriated locals brought vehicles stranded, the bus set in blaze, local protests demanding stringent punishment to the driver and rupees 10 lakh compensation. Plane crash at Dhulikhel. Skyline Airways Pilatus Porter 9AN-CWC from Janakpur to Kathmandu, crashed at Dhulikhel Hills, thick clouds, poor visibility, hit the telecom tower, all dead including the crew, rupees 1 lakh each as compensation. Narayan Ghat, July 2. A bus from Pokhara to Kathmandu, accident, brake failure near Devghat, 3 killed, 2 spot death, 1 in Chitwan hospital, 12 injured, 5 serious, hospitalized, taken to Kathmandu, rescue operation, Nepal Army, police involved, investigation going on. Bus mishap. 15 dies in bus mishap. A night bus, Kathmandu to Bhadrapur, collided with a truck loaded with buffaloes at Bhimpedi turning. Many buffaloes ran away. 13 killed on the spot, 1 on the way to hospital and 1 in the hospital. 14 injured, hospitalized in Makwanpur hospital. Drivers in custody. A week of heavy rain. Rivers Mechi, Kankai, Kosi, Kamala, Bagmati with its tributaries overflowed. Affected areas Tarai, Jhapa, Morang, Saptari, Dhanusa, Rohtahat. Damage 50 dead, thousands homeless, 150 livestock, paddy crops crores of rupees, relief work, rupees 10,000 given to each family by the government. With this, chapter 28 have ended at page number 279.